you are free soon, could we talk?
Hmm?
Yes? It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories. Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends. It describes the people of House Va'ruun, we who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain. Yes, very. It was not what I was expecting. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter, for they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Va'ruun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them. It was, in ways I did not understand at the time, and so it has bothered me ever since. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo, and Zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Eren, Bascolm, and Jaeda Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them. No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find. "10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away. I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side. Thank you. That is... I'm sorry, I am not used to someone being so considerate on my behalf. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Akila City. That is where I last saw Eren Bascolm. If we are to find Eren, we should start by looking for him at Aggie's bar in the stretch. Certainly. He is a quiet man, reserved. I believe he had lived through a great many hardships, though he never spoke of them. I never felt it proper to ask. He valued his personal space and quiet moments. It was one thing we always shared in common. Years ago, I had heard he was alive, but did not attempt to contact him. I did not feel it was right. I hope this is not a mistake. I do not know, not for sure. I did not see them fall that day, and I suppose I have hoped they survived. I admit I have not investigated before now, at least in part because of what I feared I might learn. House Varun is in a distant corner of space, far away from the rest of the settled systems. While this serves our interests, it can also pose challenges. Many critical resources are scarce, and diplomatic relations with the United Colonies and Freestar Collective were tense at the best of times. It was the most practical way to acquire what we need, without raising too many questions. Still is. Very well. Stay safe.
Excuse me?
He is not here.
What?
I am disappointed, but
Someone got stabbed
relieved
last night,
somehow?
but nobody got hit in the face.
Huh. Maybe someone just lost it.
Nah. Sure
No.
selling my tooth.
This is the only
Could be
place
an
he
old
would be.
tooth from another night.
I know him well enough to know that.
I wonder if we should have a tooth
Someone
lost
here must
now.
know more. We should inquire about him.
Ethan handles all the orders. If you got credits, spend them with Ethan. Or leave. You ain't here looking for Eren. She is.
Hello, Aggie. I was unsure whether you would remember me. It has been a long time.
I ain't likely to forget you anytime soon. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one blundering in here with her in tow, asking questions. Don't try to play tough with me. I ain't got the time or the patience for it. She didn't ruin Eren's life enough the first time, huh? Back for more?
Ruined his life? How dare you?
Did she tell you what she did to him? How she left him bleeding on some godforsaken rock in the middle of nowhere? Now, after all this time, you could have dropped in any time in, the last 9 years or so. Maybe that wouldn't have been too convenient for you, though. Eren sat in that corner for years, scared of his own shadow, convinced the damn Zealots were coming back to finish the job. The few credits he had to rub together that didn't get spent on drink, he spent on setting himself up someplace where they couldn't find him. Wouldn't trust anyone that walked through the door. Only ever talked to me when he was drunk enough. Look, I've seen all kinds of sad sacks over the years. Most of them brought it on themselves. He was no different. Got himself in over his head, mixed up in something he shouldn't have been. Still, not pretty to watch the slide down afterwards. Eren ain't been in here for almost a year now. Showed up one day saying he'd gone and got himself set up on Hyla II, thanking me for letting him stay here so often. It was the closest I'd seen him to happy in I don't know how long. And that was it. Never came through the door again.
Did he ever mention me?
You mean, did he blame you? That's what you want to know. I know guilt when I see it. Don't try and deny it.
Fine. Did he blame me?
No. Believed you were one of the good ones, right up until the last time I talked to him. Me? I don't think your kind has good ones.
My kind?
I know what you are. You take your holier-than-thou bullshit and your great serpent and shove them.
You dare insult me like this when I have come to you asking for help? I should kill you where you stand. Fine. Fine. Let us leave this place at once.
Well, this has been so much fun. You see Eren, you tell him I got a bottle of his favorite stashed away if he ever shows up again. But honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't.
I trust you are well. We have something to go on, at least. I am grateful that you showed some compassion, despite that woman's attitude. I do not have your patience. Well, it was convincing enough. I'm eager to reach Hyla II and speak to Eren. Perhaps there is something we can do to help him. Provide him a sense of safety. May you find favor in all things. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Landing gear's ready.
We should be on our guard here. If we could detect the camp from orbit, it means others could too. And I have no idea what fortifications he may have. When we arrive, would you let me speak to him first? I think that is important right now. Thank you. From what Aggie said, it sounds like he has been rather paranoid for years now. That, too, I fear, is my fault. Let us proceed slowly and carefully. I do not want to antagonize him. Always worth checking. You never know what you might find in their pockets. I thought I saw something. I need to be sure. I don't know what to say. I thought there would be a chance to speak to him. To make amends. Or at least to hear him curse me for leaving him. I was prepared to accept that. I did not think I would find him like this. At least these vermin didn't get him. He's been gone for... Well, clearly it's been some time. Look around. There will be correspondence from Jaeda Wong. I am sure of it. This cannot all be for nothing. You found something. Please, let me see it. I should have guessed. Jaeda was always the one to run towards trouble. Of course she would still be doing it now. In her own way. For anyone else, I would say the chances of survival are slim. But for Jaeda, she is alive and on a mission. I would bet my life on it. Jaeda was younger than some of the other smugglers we contracted. There was concern she would be unreliable. As time went on, we called on her more and more often, eventually relying on her almost exclusively. She was sharp, a skilled pilot and very, very determined. Always talking about her big plans for retirement, how she would live like a queen. I am not surprised that she would desire revenge. But to go this far, we need to find her. But before we go, I've discovered something else, and I do not know what to make of it. Eren was composing a reply to Jaeda, but never sent it. It reads as if he was expecting the Zealots to find him, that they knew where to look for him. Clearly he had become paranoid, but that does not mean he was wrong. What bothers me, though, is that he mentions a name he should not know. Tomisar Kadik. Yes, I'm sorry. For all of my assignments in the settled systems, Tomisar has been my link to House Barun. From him, I have received my orders, and he is the person to whom I have reported my success. He does not work with anyone outside House Barun, and I am the only one who knows how and where to find him. Eren should never have heard of him. It is hardly that simple. We must first make sure that Jaeda is safe, and perhaps she will be able to shed light on this. Let us head for the den.
Approaching vessel. Docking approved.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Any adventure you... She is here, or someone will know where we can find her. How are you? Of course. What would you like to know? It is relatively well-trafficked, but there are fewer prying eyes than some other locations. The UC Vanguard has operated out of the den for some time, but they are poorly staffed and supplied. It can be a good handoff point for smugglers. I understand he has connections within the High Council. I do not know much more about him. It was never my job to know. As I have said, he is the one who has given me assignments. He sent me to hire smugglers like Eren and Jaeda, and coordinate transport missions for them. He would have known their names, but I cannot imagine that he would ever contact them directly. Another time.
I really did think this place was...
None of us would be here now weren't for Ve Victus. We'd all do well to remember that. Time was this place would be full of pilots, soldiers, and well-to-do types. And look at it now.
That's so. Vanguard pilot. A pretty good one from what I hear. Got a real attitude, though. You could always ask the other Vanguard pilots. Or, since you're already here, I do happen to offer services in exchange for payment. One of those services can be information. You get what I'm saying here? No, not at all. There's gotta be coercion for it to count as extortion. This is just good old-fashioned business. Right, sure. That wouldn't make any sense. But, if it turns out no one else can help, you know where to find me.
Tell your friends, we're open for business.
What?
I should be grateful that things are so quiet here, but it just makes me uneasy. I should be grateful that things are so quiet here, but it just makes me uneasy. Huang? Really? There are at least 3 other pilots based out of here I'd expect to receive complaints about first. Before we get started, I have to inform you there's a formal review process for the Vanguard, so don't expect any action for a while, okay? Now, what is the nature of your complaint? Look, this isn't Alpha Centauri or anything. We're a bit removed from the center of the United Colonies. Folks out here are a little less receptive to the Vanguard keeping an eye on things. Oh, well, that's a relief. Jaeda isn't here. Hasn't been here in a while. In fact, she's following up on some sensitive information. I'm not sure I should disclose any more than that. It's not something I can just blurt out. I hear you, but it doesn't change anything. Easy, we're just talking, right? I do understand. I'm trying to figure out a way to help you, okay? I suppose it's not the end of the world. Jaeda came in a bit ago, all fired up over some hot lead. She's been focused on Zealots ever since she was assigned here, but this was a whole other level. She was headed out to Groombridge to track them down. Never seen her so fixated. And if you know Jaeda, that's saying something. If you're headed out that way, be careful. Wouldn't surprise me if she's getting into all kinds of trouble. Fly safe.
Ah, it is a good day, yes? I appreciate having your ear.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches.
We're unlatched. Free and clear.
Unidentified ship. You are not authorized to be here. State your business. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here? I was setting up an ambush, but odds are that you've blown it. And my question still stands. What the hell do you think you're doing? official Vanguard operation, so I'm going to need you to vacate this orbit immediately. Shit! I've got multiple ships inbound. Too late to run. Sure hope you're prepared for a fight.
Show your face.
I am glad to see that you are safe, Jaeda. I am sorry if this is difficult for you.
Difficult? Are you serious right now? You set us up, killed my friends, and then a decade later you show up like nothing happened? Have you lost your mind?
Set you up? I was not behind that. It was Zealots, you know that. We were all attacked.
Don't bullshit me. Not now. And who the hell are you? Her backup dancer? I was too a ways back. You can see how that's worked out for me. What are you doing here with her? You don't look like Varun to me. Yeah. Differences, though? I haven't been working with them. She has.
I would never!
You know, for a while I told myself it was a coincidence that you disappeared once the shooting started. That you were long gone when the dust settled. Told myself, no, it couldn't possibly be her. Not after all those years we spent working together. We're friends. So I went after the Zealots. And then I found out the truth. Your damned High Council. They knew. Told the Zealots where to find us.
That's not true. That cannot be true.
Oh, it is.
How? How do you know this? If you have proof, I need to see it right now.
You don't get to demand anything of me, Andreja. I know what I've seen! Because we were a loose end! We knew things. Locations, names. They never trusted us. We were just a mess that needed cleaning up. I don't have... It doesn't work like that. I've put things together over the years. Slates, communications, interrogations.
A name, Jaeda. Give me a name. You must have heard one by now.
Tomisar! Tomisar Kadik! That's the bastard from the High Council who's been helping the Zealots!
And did you hear this from Eren?
Eren? What? No! I haven't talked to him in a year. What do you know about it?
Jaeda, I swear on the Serpent himself, I would never betray you. I need time to make this right. Can we go somewhere and talk?
I am not giving up on this! I've tracked them this far, and I'm going to see this through. You want your proof? Well, they have it!
So... you think you've won, do you?
That's him! That's the bastard responsible for the ambush! If you're not lying to me, then you better help me take him down! Otherwise, I'll just have to destroy you both! Get back to your ship! After all this time...
I smile at knowledge that the Great Serpent has truly blessed my ship and my crew. Why else would he have delivered unto me the trace of our purge years ago? The awful that escaped our righteous justice.
Pathetic Council, who betrayed the charge laid upon them by the Great Serpent.
Torments most of the ships.
But now, the Serpent sets my mind at ease.
So, this stay up late reading under the covers? Did you learn anything new from your book last night?
From this universe.
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really. I learned that back on Earth, people used to use the stars to navigate. That's so cool. But I guess it only worked because they just lived on one planet. And that sounds boring.
Remind me one of these days to tell you the tale of a certain Solomon Co. and where his stargazing landed him.
I really can't believe you thought you'd just show up. The two of you have got a lot of goddamn nerve.
I do not understand. It cannot be possible that the High Council would betray us like that. He must have been lying. No, it is not over. If there is even a chance that it could be true, I have to know. Something about this does not feel right. This message. The code at the bottom. I have seen this before. I know where we need to go. I must explain. House Baroon values secrecy above nearly all else. Those of us sent out into the settled systems, we cannot return. Maybe not forever, but certainly until our mission has been accomplished. When we are assigned a mission, we are taken to a point outside of House Va'ruun's domain. We do not jump ourselves. We are never given the coordinates for Va'ruun Kai, our homeworld. We literally cannot return. Only a select few are ever trusted with that knowledge. I can never go home, unless I am permitted. It is a system that has never failed them, that is certain. But perhaps this system has become the problem. I cannot travel to my home, but I can reach out another way. But it means putting you in danger in a way you have not been before. I cannot say for certain what will happen. You do enjoy deflecting situations with humor, don't you? There is an old derelict star station where I may get answers. I know that seems vague. It will become clear when we arrive.
We're free and clear for flight.
Seals are good, air pressure good. And we're docked.
All right, follow me. I will say again, there is danger for you here, likely for us both. I need you to trust me. These stations were built by the United Colonies during the Serpent's Crusade. They were abandoned when peace was brokered. They are an excellent place to hide in plain sight. Mind yourself. You are not supposed to be here. Before we go any further, I cannot stress this enough. Keep your weapons at your side. Do not make any sudden moves. Do nothing to appear hostile. This is the only place I can get answers. The only connection I have to House Va'ruun. Please give me a moment. I am not the one who needs to explain himself, Tomisar.
I am surprised by your tone. What has gotten into you? This is very unlike you. Almost insubordinate.
I know what you have done. The messages you sent.
You are not making any sense. Of course I send you messages. That is how this works. That is how it has always worked.
Not to me! To the Zealots! To the fanatics who murdered my friends, who tried to murder me!
You must be mistaken, or perhaps confused. Nothing like that has ever happened.
Enough! I have the transcripts, Tomisar. You did this. You told them where to find us.
Now, let's just take a moment. No one wants to make accusations they might regret. You are from that Constellation group. I've heard all about you. You have turned her against me, filled her head with lies. This will not be allowed to stand. Insolence! You have corrupted her!
I said enough! This is between you and me.
This has gone far enough. Talk some sense into her at once. Neither of you would dare lift a finger against me. Against House Va'ruun. I have already said this is a misunderstanding. But I am. If you let Andreja hurt me, I am her only link to the High Council, to House Va'ruun. Without me, she can never return home. You must make her listen to reason.
He is responsible. He deserves to die.
Did you not hear me? You do this, you lose everything!
I heard you. I know what it costs me. But he deserves it. Does he not? I do not know. Maybe. Maybe if the High Council sees what he has done. Fine. Consider yourself fortunate. You get to live.
This is not over! The High Council will hear of your treason!
Perhaps they will hear of your actions as well, Tomisar. Think on that. Come. Let us leave this place. I wish to return to the lodge.
You will regret this! The Great Serpent will see you punished for your impudence. You think you will leave here unharmed? There will be consequences for your actions here. I assure you.
How can I assist? I appreciate having your ear. I find the interior of this ship comforting.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
So many people, all in one place. I still cannot feel entirely comfortable. We are fortunate that Walter has used his considerable funds to maintain the lodge, are we not? Something on your mind? Thank you for coming back here with me. I fear that after all that has happened, I am unsure of my place in House Va'ruun. This room may now be the only place I have left to call home. It is reassuring to hear you say that, but still, I do not know how to live without some connection to House Va'ruun. The Great Serpent has always been a guiding force in my life, the force that drives all that I do. What if I have lost that? I am unsure it is that simple. But you are right. I do have people here who care about me. Chief among them, it seems, is you. You have been by my side through all of this, the most turbulent time in my life. And you have supported me, faithfully. I have never been able to count on any single person the way I have with you. If I am repeating myself, you will have to forgive me. I cannot overstate what it means to me. Well, that is... I am sorry. I need a moment. I admit this is a surprise. I did not quite realize you felt this way about me. But if you mean it, my feelings are not so different from yours. We must be clear on one thing from the very beginning. I do not share. If you are mine, then you are mine alone. No one else will come between us. If that is not a commitment you are willing to make, I understand, but I will not compromise. Oh, I am quite certain. Do not doubt my intent. Then truly nothing can stop us. We will be a force to be reckoned with. You have brought a joy to my life that I could not have imagined, and could never have expected. With you at my side, love, I look forward to everything that comes next. And just what is on your mind at this moment? I know that tone. Very well. What is it? Thank you, dearest. You are not so bad yourself. Do you need to ask? Do I not make it clear how much I care about you? Then I shall be sure to say it more often. Take care of yourself.